All right, guys, welcome to Take Your Base. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. All right, guys, so yesterday, was the opening day game for the New York Mets, right? New York Mets was putting out their ace, the best pitcher in baseball, Jacob DeGrom, on the mound, all right, and going against Matt Moore. Now, on paper, it looks like, this is a game that the Mets should win, against, Philadelphia. Even though Philadelphia ended up beating up on the Atlanta Braves this past weekend, winning, sweeping them 3-0. I gotta say, what I saw, Luis Rojas, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because what ended up happening yesterday, you had two blunders of a mistake that you as a manager should not be able to do. All right? Why? One, you have the privilege of having the best pitcher in baseball on your roster, which is Jacob DeGrom. All right? And he is pitching, phenomenal baseball, okay? Doesn't give up a run at all. And yet, after 6 innings of work, you end up taking him out. After 6 innings of work, 77 pitches thrown. All right, and you feel like, all right, fine. Your explanation was, hey, since we had our series canceled because the Nationals experienced COVID-19. All right, and DeGrom was supposed to pitch on Thursday, and we're making him pitch now on Monday. The last time he has been having a while since he had any type of serious throwing sessions. He hasn't had a simulated game in about 10 days, and that was the last time he really has thrown. So we wanted just to make sure just to play it safe. Play it safe for what? All right? It's not like, this is game 162, and you already clinched for a playoff spot or anything like that. Play it safe for what? This is game 1. Why would you play it safe? All right? This is the same thing that has happened last year, the year before, all right? I know this last year was Luis Rojas' first year as manager of the New York Mets, all right? And he wasn't supposed to be the initial manager because of the fact that Carlos Beltran was supposed to be the manager. But from whatever happened in Houston, when him getting tied up with the cheating allegations, all right, Beltran was out, Rojas was in. Rojas was just a replacement because they wanted to bring somebody in within the organization, all right? And you're telling me right now in 2021 you wanted to play it safe with Jacob DeGrom after him not throwing for 10 days? It's not like he was pitching, on 3 days rest or on 4 days rest, all right? He had 10 days, all right? His arm is not hurting him. This guy's not suffering from any type of injuries. He doesn't have bone chippings or anything like that. There's no tenderness or what's it called, swelling on his arm. Or he's not having any type of tendonitis or issues or anything of that nature. So why are you playing it safe? Why are you taking him out after 77 pitches? Did he look gassed out? No, he did not look gassed out, all right, at the ending of the 6th inning, all right? He could have given you an extra inning, all right? This guy had more than enough, pitches left in the tank. He probably could have rolled it out through the 8th inning, in the middle of the 8th. They said that the pitch count, because they wanted to have him pitch this Saturday against the Marlins, all right, for their second game, at Citi Field this season. They wanted to make sure that he would be available. So you're pulling him out after 77 pitches when you said that your pitch count, the max that he's going to reach is 100? Man, guys, if you give the bullpen the opportunity, you give Trevor May and the other guy, I can't pronounce his name, starts with an L, the opportunity to pitch, and then they blow the lead, giving up 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Come on, guys. Are you serious? All right? So there's that blunder. So how do you make up for that? All right? You're saying that, you want to make sure that you say that he looked gassed out, that, you'll do the same, in the same situation, you repeat that same scenario. All right? What kind of coach does that? Do you see Aaron Boone from the New York Yankees take out Garrett Cole, after 77 pitches just because he hasn't pitched in a while? No, all right? You leave your best pitchers out there for a reason, because they could get the job done, all right? Didn't look gassed out. His arm still looked as good as it was in the first inning, all right? He was still hitting high 90s, if not low 100s with the fastball. So why take him out? Luis Rojas, I think you made a huge mistake right there, all right? And look, the New York media is ruthless, and I understand that, but, you're just giving them more reasons why to be more ruthless, all right? Stop making dumb mistakes. And then the second mistake, all right, why didn't you give Dom Smith an opportunity to, swing the bat? Why? All right. I know Alvarado was pitching, all right, in the 9th inning, and you had him coming up, after Pete Alonso, which Pete Alonso, by the way, that was so close to a home run. It just failed out by maybe about 3 feet. But there was plenty of opportunity to have him pitch. You could have had him pitch in the 8th inning. Pinch it in the 8th inning. Dom Smith, this guy is a magician with the bat. All right, so then they hit you about 300. Could probably drive you about 70, 80 RBIs, maybe 20 plus home runs. All right, he's gonna always be very consistent with the bat. I think Luis Rojas made a huge mistake. I understand why not starting him because Matt Moore is a lefty, but you had plenty of opportunities when Matt Moore went away. All right, because he had a high pitch count, gave up too many walks, gave up RBI to what's it called, Jacob DeGrom. Look, and James McCann. There was opportunity from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th inning, and even the 9th inning to get Dom Smith into the game. Luis Rojas failed to do so. Okay, had I believe it was Kevin Pillar still batting, had Jonathan VR batting as well too. I don't know, guys. From what I saw in that first game, I know it was just one game, and I'm not trying to sound like an overreacting Met fan, but I did not like what I saw from Luis Rojas. All right, he still shows the same characteristic mistakes that a young coach makes. All right, excuse me. And, those things got to get fixed. Steve Cohen has already said it out there that it is playoffs or bust. It's playoffs or bust. He expects the Mets to make the playoffs. And so do I, and so do other Mets fans too. All right. When you have Jacob DeGrom, when you have a Pete Alonso, when you trade for Francisco Lindor, and you're now giving him a 10-year extension for $341 million, all right, when you have Michael Conforto, who you plan on extending, like I said, Jacob DeGrom, plus they want to extend them. Yes, they do want to extend them, all right? And yet, you, Luis Rojas, are the odd man out that they haven't even extended yet or even had talks about extending you. I wonder why. I really do wonder why they haven't really thought about extending you, all right? Maybe because you're not cut out for the job. Maybe because you keep on making too many of the same dumb mistakes that a young coach does. And maybe New York, it may not be best fit for you, all right? But this is game 1. Let's see what happens with the extra 162 that's ahead of us. All right. I'm sorry, 161 that's ahead of us. All right. Currently, right now, the game is being playing in the background. Dom Smith had hit a home run earlier in the game. Great to see that. I think that could have happened, yesterday night. All right. But we'll see what happens. Stroman's pitching against Chase Anderson. Good game so far. 2-1. All right. And let's see what happens. But until then, guys, look. That is my reaction about what Luis Rojas did. I think, personally, too many of these mistakes, you won't see him next year. You just simply won't, all right? And the Mets got to do better, all right? Rojas got to do better on putting, the best possible pitchers available to, close it out when DeGrom plays, all right? DeGrom always gives out his best, performance when he's pitching, all right? There's no reason why there should be 30 games that every time that he pitches, he's not eligible for a win because the bullpen blows it. All right, man, Mets. Let's see what happens, with the rest of the season. Until then, guys, I'm Flavo Rihanna. Thank you for tuning in for Take Your Base, and please hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys.